So let's play for some gold here. Not sure how. I need at least 8, I think 8 gold creatures before I'd consider playing this. It's interesting that it works with spirits. The spirit tokens are gold in this set. But we're looking here at this very powerful uncommon, this very powerful common, and this very powerful common, I believe, are the realistic choices here. Sunder Shaman is great, but there's no need to take a 2-color beefy dude when we have a monocolored beefy dude right next door. But this is what I'm looking at. Where are you at, chat? I think I know what I want to pick. Not a lot of votes, but I'm on Trollbred. Trollbred's fantastic. Rare is missing from the pack, so we don't get any info. This might be just the abstractly most powerful, but actually probably Savage Smash is, and it goes with our first pick, so I'm happy to pick up a Smash here. Third pick Rhythm over anything else here, but hopefully we wheel a Rendhorn. Rendhorn might wheel. Goblin Gathering might wheel. This is a non-bow with Rhythm of the Wild. Why is it a non-bow? I know I've had Rhythm of the Wild out and cast Goblin Gathering. Oh, non-token. There you go, because it says right on the card, Ryan, you dummy. It was not Riot, it was the non-token part. Okay, anyway, we're taking this. Bedeck, nice. +3, -3 for red. Goes right into what we're doing here. I like it over Scorchmark, and it's also a rare to help with our rare drafting. Decks coming together a lot here. I really like where this is headed. I like a Vandal here with a hopeful wheel of a Locket, Wrecker, or Beast. All 3 of these would be playable if they come around. Yeah, maybe what I should have done, and maybe if the bots are passing Bedeck, like that's the kind of thing I like to figure out for the free-to-play account in terms of generating wildcard gems. So if we're seeing third pick Bedeck and it's ultimately a gold, it goes in black or red decks, that's a card we're going to be able to draft happily and a lot. So I think I do want to invest wildcards into getting 4 of this before the end of the draft. And everything's coming up Millhouse. Like, this is the weakest pack we've seen so far. And we could take the weak Brush Strider as a maybe play or an Ill-Gotten as a maybe splash, but this is not really. Ill-Gotten doesn't really jibe with what Gruul is doing. We'll just take the weak 3. And hear a funny sound. Well, bots still don't appreciate the Colossus. We don't have any gates yet, but I don't see any reason to take a Scuttle Gator over the Colossus and see what happens here. Yes, everything coming up Millhouse. If you can Google that and see the originating clip, but it's very funny and cute. But coming up Millhouse is based on that clip is basically things are going terribly, but you found a little bit of a silver lining. But actually, I just use it as like going ham. Coming up, it's all going right. We'll see about that. Now we get tested on that. Like, I guess we take this as a random gate we might play over an Axebane Beast or a splashable Slimebind versus an Axebane Beast. We could end up playing, like, maybe we just take the Beast. I'm not going to worry too much about this Colossus unless it's unless we get some like four at least half-color gates, and this isn't even a half-color gate, so Hanthor, well, thank you for the cheer, and I'm glad you're liking my commentary. Good time zone to you, big ol' PhD. Dead Revels as a splash is something to consider. It's card draw for the deck, but I would want to pick up the splash gates first. Or, you know, it depends on over what, of course. It's always over what. But we're going to be safe and just take the beast. Similar situation here. A not even half color gate over another. Oh, move cam. Sure. Sorry about that. There we go. Out of your way. See if I can remember to move it back. Now let's see. Do this again or take another maybe gate. All right, I'm going to take the gate this time just because I really hope we're not playing two Axebane Beasts given how free-flowing our colors have been. See, I'm much more interested in this gate. That's a real gate because it helps a black splash and is half on color. Don't love either of these, but Incubation is at least playable in straight Gruul. Uncommon. Actually, I'm going to take this uncommon. Gift, maybe we play. It's fine to get a playable that late. All right, pack 2. Yeah, we're doing fine for this pack 2, and we already have this many playables. This doesn't have too much for us, but at least we have the Arnx to save us from stone nothing here. Wow, this is a really weak pack for us. We're hoping to wheel the Footlight Fiend, I guess. Yikes. Beastmaster on color gate. I think we take the Beastmaster and hope the gate comes back around. I didn't do any uncommon print run checking. I'm not sure if we had a great chance that I missed in pack 1, but we were so obviously Gruul from the get-go that it really wouldn't have influenced anything. Judith, is that a splash? We'd have to take it over Titanic Brawl, which actually can wheel. Doesn't seem like the bots care too much about it. I'm not sure it's even a splash, but because rare drafting matters again for accounts, I'm going to take the Judith here. I think if this was pre-update, I would just take the Titanic Brawl, but rare drafting matters enough now to the free-to-play limited account to be worth doing in a spot like this, I think. Then we'll decide. We'll talk later about whether that's a card worthy of splashing or not. Can't realistically splash that. This is best of 1, so are we main decking a volley? We'd probably main deck a volley. I'd splash this if it was anywhere towards our colors, but it's not. Same with binding, so looks like bots are kind of telling us we should have been in Azorius, but I think pack 3 should be great. Aw, 2 Mystics is ouch. And really nothing for us. We can take the gate to set up a splash or a card that we might want to splash, but I think given the Gate Colossus, we'll take the gate that might set up a splash. But this has not been going well. This pack 2 has not been great. Had a terrible open. There's like nothing good in the pack we opened, and we have not been past anything worthy. Stony Strength, Gateway Plaza, or just open the gates. If we head down towards some kind of a double splash, like we wanted to splash a black card and a blue card, we'd like to have the Plaza. And I think that is better than bothering with either of these right now. What a terrible pack. Lizrog is quasi-splashable, but not that impressive unless you're really cranking out the +1/+1 counters. I'd rather just take a 2-drop for our main color pair. And Rumble Belt Runner has been very average, very replaceable, but still probably the pick here. I'd play it over the Brush Strider, for example. But we really want to find 2s. Take any reasonable 2s. Take the uncommon. I just don't think we're ever playing black-white gate. Never playing the Caretaker. Might splash Consign. Let's take Consign here. Yeah, Runner is largely a 3-3 for 3. But in that, it is playable. Alright, we'll take... I guess we're not playing Guild Gates just to support some Gate Colossus, so forget it. Take the uncommon. This is a rough pack. Glad we got Stony Strength back at least. Like, that's technically playable. Still another garbage rare for our purposes. And kind of another garbage pack for our purposes. Look at how brutal this is. Sphinx of the Guild Pact is legit. And maybe the pick over generic 5 mana beef. And there's also, of course, the chance to add to our Gate Colossus chances. But yeah, I think it's between the 7 or the 5. What do we got? We're not really playing this. Not intending to splash this. So we only have the 1/5. We could take either one. Rhythm of the Wild plus Sphinx is pretty good. Is Sphinx just too slow? Probably. I like the Sphinx, but we should go cheaper. We can take this Brawl. I want this Gate. Gates aren't really coming around like they used to, but I want the Brawl. I don't think this is playable in Gruul. Might be playable if you're really looking to spectacle. Probably just a Recluse pick over the Meh Runner, and we are pretty stacked at 3, I think. There's some support for the Wrecking Beast, but I'd rather try and table a 7. Some support, yeah. Let's take the Recluse. There's a 2 I can get behind. Better than this one, I think. Yeah. Gate. Maybe Gate. Another Renhorn. Another Renner or a Footlight Fiend. Not sure about this. Let's see. I'm going to take the Footlight Fiend. Nice to have a little bit going on early. Carnival Carnage with just the 1, well, 2. I guess there's Plaza and Rakdos Gate. I think it's pretty meh, but it's still a 3-3 for 3, and it's a reasonable curve choice for the Gruul deck. Agreed, big ol' PhD. I love my Oni Spumoni work that you see around the site. Oni did basically the entire overhaul of the style of my channel, so applause to Oni. Another second volley. I don't think I want to play a second volley, and this is best of 1. I think we are more likely to want to run a second Footlight Fiend, or maybe splash this. I think we're gonna get a pick 9 Footlight Fiend though, so I'm gonna take Carnival. No, we're not. So Need it out of this pack. Gate or Maka? We could, at this point, run a bunch of enter the battlefield tapped basics to try and support that Colossus, but I don't think it's worth it. Probably just want the Maka here. And might play it. Scuttlegator for more big end. Or Brush Strider. I think Scuttlegator is a little too clunky for what we're up to, and probably just want a Brush Strider option, or Growth Spiral maybe. I could probably just take Vault Progress, but I'll take the Brush Strider here. It's probably in the board, though. Another Maka to consider. Nothing. And we got a second Axe-Beam Beast if we want it. Well, it's a medium deck. There's some good stuff going on. I don't think we're going to bother with any of the splash, though. So then let's see where this leaves us. 1610 with 3 cuts. I think I'll cut Gift over Stony. I like Stony a little bit better with the surprise action. How important are 2s? Best of 1, that's the thing. Like I'd love to be able to pop these in and out on matchups. But I think we probably need to run our 2s more so than even like that. Although this cuts our creatures down to 14. This is more like trick in this area. This is 1. Could run a Miser's Simic Gate for the incongruity side of this, or just cut it. Let's just cut it. And then cut this, and this. I hate the no gate deck, but we never had a spot where it felt correct. That's 39, so we get to put something back in this case. Probably a creature since we have the rhythm going, and Axebane Beast seems fine. Brush Strider a little cheaper, but I think boring old 4-drop fits the bill here with what our curve is looking like. And I would rather have the toughness on here than the 2 life from the Brush Strider. Yeah, it's got a lot of weakness, but this could get there. I guess we're going to find out. Does that remove Bedeck, Bedazzle? No, I'm happy to play Bedeck as a red-red removal spell. And we could run the Rakdos Gate for the Bedazzle Mise, but when we ever really... I just don't see us casting Bedazzle enough of the time to want to slow our land down like that. Sorry, Hat. Not going to happen because I cut it. But I think I like this. This 40. Save that out, and let's do it. Is everything right on that? Yep. We'll go to best of 1 battlefield. Yeah, I like main decking the Plummet. I mean, we have some other removal, but flyers are a problem for this deck. We didn't get any spiders, any reach creatures of any kind. So we are looking up at every flyer we don't kill. So I like having the extra there. What this is... average gruel. But we'll... What was our... Patrol bread. Oh yeah, he's up there. Hey, Hal J. Got a gruel fan from Hal J there. Yeah, we didn't have to pass much to take a shot at Judith. I think it was like a Titanic. Whatever. Yeah, we'll keep this. Thank you, Intangible. Appreciate the sub. We're going to run this Maka out there and hope like heck we draw a land. Any land will do. Let's get 3 lands off the top. That's the dream draw. Land, land, land. Or not. But we will try and get him with the Stony Strength. Oh, really? I thought we were going to get him on defense, but sure, I'll take this one. Okay. We might get our rhythm quenched, but we're going to try it anyway. I mean, we're obviously not just going to pass the turn because our Oppo is showing quench mana. And now, because I remember sometimes what cards say, we don't have to worry about their counter spells on creatures anymore. Unless they deal with the rhythm. I'm going to go with the Arynx and give it haste. Let's see. 4 is all we need to bust through the Aeromunculus, so we're going to give it haste and +1/+1 counter. I'll find a time. Before the end of the format, Hat, we will double haste something with Rhythm of the Wild. Maybe even today. But it has to be when we are presenting Unstoppable Lethal. I'm not going to risk gems for such nonsense. Yeah, Tsunami, you're not wrong. But it's not that bad. They can just think of it like a misclick. It's going to do the same thing here. They can't counter it. So, cool. Inclined to give them the Maka here if they want to spend their turn making their Aeromunculus big, eating the Maka, and going to 1. We'll do that. Oh, I've definitely tried to counter things with Rhyme or with Rhythm out early, at least earlier in the format. Probably did during that punt-filled preview stream. Oh, do they get a trick for this too? That'd be pretty good play for Oppo. Yeah, nice. Still like where we're at, but they had a solid sequence there. Yeah, sometimes, Tsunami, you go ahead and counter it, knowing it's not going to work, just to get the +1/+1 counter with Essence Capture. That's bold, Oppo. Yeah, if Oppo intends to survive through chumping, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble next turn. That's fine. It's not gonna save them. Good luck. Good luck on tap draw. I do like it. That's the kind of standard deck I would try and make. That's my style. Get some Johnny action going. We want to do haste there because if this game were going longer, we would want to adapt it. And if we use the Riot to put a counter on it, then you don't get to adapt it. Oppo's doing everything they can. A sweeper here of some kind would keep things going. I don't think that's enough, though. Yeah, got there. GG's. Who all is streaming today? Where are my viewers? I mean, I don't care too much about that, but it's just weird when it's half normal. What's Magic streaming today? Maybe they're doing something. It is Tuesday, so definitely today we're going to finish up in time to kick you all over to Marshall on the Magic stream at 2. Or for those of you elsewhere, that would be in 3.5 hours. I see Gabby's on the Magic channel. Sure. If you do want to help my stream and you don't have the funds to do so directly at this point, word of mouth would be much appreciated. If you're getting something out of this and you want to let somebody else in your life know that they should be hanging out in the morning or checking out the VODs or whatever, give me a follow. That's the best thing you can do to support my stream without using any cashola. This card is silly, and this is one reason why. Use things like that. Get in for 3 with your 1/1. let's see. We could make Locket and have Collision, or sorry, have Colossus. Trouble is Colossus doesn't actually turn it in from a trade into a win, and they're not going to block the Fiend anyway because it would be trading the Steeple Creeper for the Fiend. So we could also Beastmaster and next turn make it a 7/5 and attack with it. That's pretty appealing as well. It only gives plus X plus 0, so it's not like +7/+7. Yeah, we could maybe set up for that is reasonable. But I kind of like, let's try that plan for science. Let me do this. Not just for science, I think it's an interesting play. The Beastmaster down says, do you really want to attack with that creeper? Alright, well now they can. Now we leave that back and go for the turn this into a pick it off in the air play. Have to do no attack to make it go into the air, though. Oof. Not what we want to be seeing. We could crack the Locket, but at most it would give us like a Maka, like the 2/2 to play, whereas we can do all this at instant speed, so I'm not going to bother cracking that Locket right now. We do have the optional play of giving this, making this a 5/3, which enables it to block and trade with the Ceratok, but that does turn it into a 2-for-1 against. I'm hoping they just send the creeper into the air and they spend a lot of money, a lot of mana, and then we just get to pick it out of the sky. Or we can pick that out of the sky. Yikes.
All right, everyone, chill.
That ain't great. And now I think we need to just kill this flyer that we can. Do this. We don't get both right now. I guess we start here. At least we're Gruul. And looks like they've stopped, so that's cool too. Looks like we can brawl and take out, boy, either one. We can take out anything with this brawl. Yeah, sorry, to give credit for the Chill Stinger. That was Valhalla's Chosen sent that to me for use. It cleared the bar. Happy to take stingers from people. You can just email them to goingoptimal@gmail.com, and if they tickle my fancy, happy to do it. What are we doing here, though? I think we should brawl while Oppo's shields are down. I'm just trying to figure out if it's the flyer. But maybe we attack first. Let's attack first. And I don't want the Vandal attacking, so we'll wait on that. This has to attack. And we'll see if there's a brawl that needs to happen. Okay, good. They let that happen. Now we brawl in the air. What's the most important thing to kill here? Because they can get 7 in the air next turn if we don't kill one of those. But then we crack back for a large amount after. Nothing can block this, though, right now. So I think we need to kill the thing that we can't really block on the ground. I think almost any of those are the same deal, because we couldn't really block any of them.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Maybe killing the Skyguard would have given us... No, but then they had... Again, like, we had to kill one of the 4s, or else they could have just killed us. So it was definitely Creeper or 4/4, and at least Creeper makes them have to jump. We already used that, but there you go. That's nice. That's nice. And that's instant, so we can pull that off anytime. Yeah, we could kill Skyguard at instant speed. But what does it... What does it need to block? Like, Vandal can... There's nothing... Vandal can block everything here, right? Well, we're only... Let's see, if we send... They might send everything thinking they just have the win. We leave the Vandal back to block. Actually, we don't need to. I'm going to send in the Vandal, because we have Chump, Kill, take 4. And... yeah, I think we can do this. And then, yes, if they don't block this, we also have lethal. So let's see what they do. They've blocked, so we don't have lethal, but we do have... we can thwart their expected lethal, so we'll do that next turn. And I do want to wait and make them attack. Like, we give them a chance to, like, draw counters or buff or whatever, but I think it's important to get them to attack with both. And they didn't attack with both because they were smart about things, but we are going to pass to blockers and see about killing it. If they can pump, we're just dead, because it'll make it a, 7-1 or whatever. Yikes! Oh, that was the wrong draw, deck. That was the wrong draw. Will they... Well, we'll see what they do here. In terms of blocks, they could make the wrong block here. Unfortunately, they made the right block, and we just needed a little help, deck. Come on. Anything other than land here, and I think we can pull this one out. But Oppo just had to figure out to adapt. All right, they got us. Laboo. I think we did everything we could there. Just need a little more help from our deck than we got. What now, Rocket? Kids are home on a snow day part 2. My wife is at work, though. Awkward double forest for this hand, but we're gonna keep because maybe I shouldn't. Like, this is the low, like this is like the low end of our stuff anyway. I'm gonna mulligan because we need some help to successfully cast our bad cards. Well, at least now we need some help to cast one of our really good cards. Gotta make the smash go away. He was out on a walk. He was outside, but on a controlled walk, not free roaming with the rhythm of the wild. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that Rocket is looking to run away in the middle of a Seattle deep freeze. It's everything I can do to drag that dog outside right now to do his business. It's not that cold. It's just cold by Seattle standards. Let's see. Weather out in Seattle right now is 30 degrees, but it got as low as like 22 last night and stuff, so, you know. Feel the rhythm. There's a tax to target the Sphinx. Maybe we just deal with that later and start with making a big Axebane Beast. Well, we can also attack with the Maka. If they want to block and we get to Colossus our way through, that'd be good. They'll never block. Or at least this is a... like, I would never block. Yeah, Fahrenheit. I hate that I've been raised in non-metric land. So annoying. Here, let's spend your entire childhood teaching you some nonsense. Nonsense measurements. Why? America. Happy to play these with counters and bait the Colossus again here, noting that Oppo has 5 cards and 5 mana, so they are probably up to something here. That actually makes me not want to bother with this trick right now. I'm going to send in just the Beast, and then we can respond to what they might do instead of the other way around. Instead of risking... This is why I don't like, you know... it's been commented that I have a pretty low opinion of combat tricks and don't value them very highly, and it's because of spots like this where I just feel like I can't even use them. You know, at least with removal, you're like, well, they have a counterspell or they don't. It's a 1-for-1 for their creature, or it's a 1-for-1 for their counterspell. Let's find out. Whereas firing off a combat trick into this open mana and these cards in this situation is just, you can't do it. You can't do it if you're going to play winning Magic. But cool. So this like may set them up to think they can block, and we've shown that we kind of don't have it with our lack of attacking with the Maka. They still have counterspell magic up, but we get to give it a try here and make them have it at least. We could also just do the collision side. Does it matter? What matters more? Does it matter to whether we... I guess if we... Trouble is, no matter which one... If we collision, we can cast a Rubble Belt Runner. So that's legit. Let's try collisioning... No, because then this doesn't get big. All right, sorry. We have to do it this way. And see if it works. We can get around a quench. Hopefully they thought they were getting an 0-for-1 and we turn it into a quite amazing 2-for-1. But they're not snap countering it. Hopefully they're not slow rolling us. If Oppo shows us counter mill 3, I'm going to be like, come on, man. Come on, Contagion. Interesting. We still get the Sphinx, so that's fine. I like that. But they made an interesting play to kind of keep it from being super disaster. Well, that's a big annoying blockade. Hopefully we can find some bigger stuff while they are failing to get their 8th mana. This a 9/9 is going to be pretty tough for us, but we got some embiggening here. I just wish we had more red to work with, but we don't. We also don't have runner plus volley. I think we want the volley for bigger threats in the air anyway. But let's make a runner here. Yeah, Gator's a rough card for us to face. We don't like to see that. We need more of our you know, smashy options. I think we put our Savage Smash in the bottom of the library. Not the worst. But probably just giving it haste so that we can adapt. And the trouble is it doesn't have a good attack. And that Gator is closing in on 9/9 status. But yeah, I'm gonna do that with haste. Oh no. Well, we got 1-for-1 trades for it if they actually want to come in with it. And they don't. Come on, no extra red? Help us out with a little extra red. No need to do that now since we are not attacking at this point. May have to start suiciding things into the Gator to get enough damage to get there. Send the runner. Why would we send the runner? I don't understand. Explain yourself. Double D's. Why does it get in? Can't be blocked by creature tokens. What am I missing about the runner that you want me to be attacking? I gotta cut our clock in half here. This isn't great, but I can't sit around waiting for a better target when we're at 10, taking 2 in the air each turn. Might be going to 2 losses on this one. Come on, what do we need here? Something off the top to help. And they're just ripping every... Like, that was off the top. This is what we get off the top. Although they flooded out worse than we have, so don't have anything to complain about there. How do we win? We send in everything but the Maca. But maybe we save that for next turn. We send everything but the Maca. We maybe get in for 8, 9, like at most 10. And then they're at 6 with a really hefty attack back of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're just dead on the crack back, so we can't even do that. Send in everything but the Footlight Fiend. No, I think we're just hoping for something, but I don't think we're going to win this one. That Gator ended up being the difference maker. Sure, Oppo. Just keep drawing gas. We'll take more forests, you know. I don't think it's enough, but we'll try. I'm just assuming this is the only way we can win this game, and I'm just going for it. And we'll throw... Lots of things have... basically everything has trample, except the Feral Maca. And we'll put it on the Guardian, though. So at least the Gator can't just get in front of it. Yeah, no UMath. I think the math works out for them, but this is our play. Math is for blockers. Oh, I totally forgot to go and craft rares accordingly. I wanted to go do some rare crafting before we ended the draft, and I forgot. Maybe I should just do that when I see the rares so I don't forget. I think we just... Yeah, come on. Are we dead? We must be dead. We assume they've done the math. And we did. Not enough action at the wrong time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Wujo. Oh yeah, it's sorry, you're telling Queen. Yeah, it's end of the draft is when you have to do your wild card conversions by. All right, 1 and 2, but this is where we rack them up. 2, 3, 5. Looks good. Start with a wayfinder. Try and find a fourth land or a 4-drop, maybe? Well, there's the 4-drop, but do we just need the land? Two, and then that's our 3, and then we just need a land on top to even make the 4. I'm just going to take the land, because then, you know, our top card has to be... The card underneath that 4-drop would have to be a land for us to even cast the 4-drop on time anyway. Alright. All randomized anyway. You got it. Do we want to just attack? I think that volley is going to be good. But let's just, let's give us haste for once.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And... Gravelhide pumps to be able to get through this wall, so I like it. We don't have a volley target yet, but it's blue-green. We can certainly expect it. We could also just stand pat. Volley no good in this deck. Volley is fine. I think we face flyers all the time that we're happy to deal with. In fact, like I say, I'm inclined to keep it here. But I'm gonna ditch since we don't have any immediate targets, and I do want to keep rolling towards this aggressive. Yeah, that was a tough one, but I really want to get the Recluse going on 5, so that's why I did it. I thought it was more important to make sure we get our 5th land than keep Volley for what we expect to be, like they might even do it right now, the 2/3 adapt flyer, you know. That'll be nice for the Recluse. They have the +1/+1. Looks like it. Goodbye, Vandal. Hoping Threat of Activation gets the Gravelhide through without... Oh, although maybe... No, they don't have the goods to adapt her quite yet. I'm glad to see that attack, because now the Goblin will get through for sure. And frankly, if it doesn't, it's just because it's being blocked by the wall. We could probably send both here, and they wouldn't block. Except they would put the Wayfinder on the wall, so a wall on the Wayfinder. So we're just going to send in the one that would kill Zagana if they were silly enough to block. All right. Free and clear with the Rubble Belt. Now, do we want to make it an 8 7 with 4 damage, effectively making it an 8/3 that then trades with the Creeper or the Guild Mage? Or do we want to try and get it through as a 6 and then fight Zagana after and keep it alive? That's really the choice. If we attack with the Recluse and they choose to double block it with the Creeper and Guild Mage, then what's our... We do get a 2-for-1 there, and we're pretty happy about that. But then we kind of have to give up a 2-for-1 ourselves to take out the Speaker before it becomes an 8/8. But then we're looking at a board of basically, you know, Gravelhide Goblin against their 2 walls, and we have Maka and Renhorn to their 2 cards, which is pretty good. So I'm going to be a little bit greedy here and see if... I don't think they'll block with either... Like, okay, I'm going to send both this and this, and our worst case scenario here is that we have to Savage Smash with the Wayfinder after to 2-for-1 ourselves to get rid of Zagana. This is great. Love it. Because of theirs. That's why, Sir CG. That's why... Because if we Savage Smash Zagana and swing, we're offering then a 1-for-1 for our Rubber Belt Recluse with either of their dorks. And I thought that play gave us all sorts of good possible results. And I'm happy with where we ended up. Well, we just offer this because we have to, and we can brawl if we feel it's necessary, but probably won't be. Yeah, so they're just going to trade right now. I guess we could brawl with this, but we can... I'd rather just get the Renhorn down. Well, that's handy. Do we... Let's see. This can turn Maka and Wayfinder into 6-powered creatures that would trade with the Renhorn if they block that way. And we'd be largely okay with that. What we want is for them to try to trade with the Renhorn on the Colossus, and then we just get the big blowouts. And the best way to make that happen is just to attack with the Renhorn alone. So I'm going to do that right now. I really would like to Colossus their Renhorn. I don't want to fight here. Kind of want to kill this. I guess we'll... thing is, if we let them untap, then they can still activate and at least get the green activated ability. But that might be worth it. It's not about the wall, it's about the Guild Mage. Where do we want to take out this Guild Mage? Oh, do we not get... How do I get an upkeep stop? Like, I put a stop on the earliest thing they gave me, and it didn't let me do it before the draw? Like, that was the whole point. I'm gonna risk it. They can have it. They have their card anyway. Oh, man. I think we just have to brawl... that's a bummer. Well, we can brawl and still... There's nothing to activate anyway, so we can I didn't click through it. I think it literally just snapped it to their draw. Yeah, brawl down the mage on blocks. That makes some sense. I like that play. Well, Oppo keeps finding everything they need to keep pace. Now let's see if they find they need to take the lead. Gosh, we're playing everything we can, doing everything we can, playing lots of high-quality cards. Look at all these high-quality cards we've played. Well, some of them have been milled, but Oppo has kept it step for step with their high-quality cards. And this is the 1-2 bracket. Jeez. Everything after another, one after another, every time. Now this dumb Petitioners is good enough to stop us too. Still don't have attacks. I guess we have, next turn we'll have attacks because we can send these 3 and get 1 in. How about a little more help from our deck, please? Not really worried about milling. That's annoying, but... land for us. Close enough. I think we're gonna bust out at 1-3. No 1-3 ever feels like the deck deserved it. And I'm not saying this was a 9 out of 10 or anything, but this deck is not a 1-3 deck. Although it's about to be. If anything could get us there in time, it would be this. And I think we need to start suiciding Wayfinders to make that happen. They have 4. Yeah, we got to send everything just to get 1 in here. And the trample doesn't matter, so we're not even going to cast our Guardian first. Alright, they're giving us 2. I'll take it. Yeah, sometimes the cards just don't run your way. And sometimes the Oppo has a good deck, which is what's also going on here. They had all the tools. Winning Magic games is hard. maybe there was a chance if we drew action right there. Right there. Needed to draw some action. But also need to leave defense back now, or we lose to the crackback. But these just get chump, chump, chump. So really the Guardian is the only thing to... Not chump, you know, bounce, bounce, bounce. So these don't even have attacks. Bounce, 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 bounce. This is the only attack. Just stinky that back-to-back 1 and 3s on the free-to-play. Granted, they're the gold entries, so it doesn't hurt the gems directly, but it hurts our ability to increase our gems to keep that account playing. And we're not completely done here. I'm not sure what we have in our last 8 cards. Actually, I think I have do I have that tool now? Maybe I do know what's in my last 8 cards. We have 3 forests, 2 mountains, an Axebane Beast, a Gruul Locket, and a Rubble Belt Runner. So we're done. We could scoop. Like we don't have outs in the deck really. So yeah, there's that. Well, if we win next turn, we got 7 trample, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 toughness, so they get to put 2 of those on the trampler and stop all 7. A 1-3 on the 3-4 and stop all 3. But if they have land in their hand, we win here. So let's try, shall we? Yay! Whoa! Trollbred MVP. Cannot believe we pulled that out. Also, it's done the terrible thing of rewarding me for getting a little whiny about 1 and 3. So apparently if I get whiny about 1 and 3, we find a way to win. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say you're a sub. Previously subbed for 1 month. Yeah, I thought you got a gift sub. I'm not sure what happened, man. All right. Looks fine. I'm going to cast the Wayfinder. We want land here. We'll make sure we hit these 4s and 5s. Yikes. No land, but we do get to pick up our MVP. And at least we got 4 non-lands off the top of our library. I guess I left one of them. I will trade either of these for that. I can live with that. Looks like Oppo is digging for lands. I don't blame him. I kind of want the same. Not a land, but not the worst. We have Oryx for sure now, and maybe Rubble Belt if we find our 4th land. Okay, we did, and gonna crash with everything. Obviously happy to trade, and they're not gonna block. I'm gonna go with the Recluse over the Guardian. We want to be attacking anyway, so here's just our biggest thing. Then we can follow with this. In general, we have a fairly equivalent play with a lesser thing. Equivalent in the moment, right? Like, these were equivalent plays on this turn. So run out the one you least care about getting killed or stopped. Although all the stuff in blue-green tends to be more of the temporary nature. This might be a time for a hasty Arynx. Happy if they want to trade the flyer for it, and we get to send in everything, and if they want to eat a 2-1, then we get to hit for 6, which seems great. And they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2... This is 8, 7, 6, so they can get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But that'll take up their whole turn and only get us to 1. So I like or we could do Trollbred. No, I like Arynx for the haste. And what do you want to take, Oppo? Your choice. And they've got to be worried. I mean, we're Gruul. They can't just do combat math based on what's on board, even though we can't, with our current hand, add to the combat math next turn. If we get a land, we threaten Arynx activation, which is big game here. Well, we found some haste. Do we want to use it? 4/4 haste forces a block here. Then this eats here. This chumps here and trample 1. This blocks here and gets another 1. So I think it really just puts him on the spot to 4/4 haste it. I don't see how they have good blocks if we do that. I guess they can go block and trade, block and trade, block and trade, block and trade, go to 1. But that's still great for us. So we're gonna make some haste. I think they're only blocks unless they have something to do here. Leave them at 1 with a Pteramander. Okay. We could go to the face, but everything we do basically deals 2 or more damage, so I'm just going to do board control. Almost want to go look for something that just snaps this off for the win, but we still have, we're still putting up bigger creatures than they are. So we'll take the 1-for-1 here. Drop our MVP. With Quench mana, too. Exploding Kitty. It looks like they have some action. That's not great action, and 6 is not 7. So right now we do not lose our Guardian on this attack, which is fantastic. Exploding kittens. Just lie down, kitty. Lie down, take a nap. Now we're gonna crack this. See if we find anything that ensures victory right off the top. No, we do have 2 more plays. I think this is dead kitty unless they have something else. All right. From the brink of mediocrity to a guaranteed 500. It's getting chilly in this house. I'm going to go annoy you with the furnace and turn on the heat. Won't take long. I'm not even going to play a song or anything. We'll be right back. Not great, but we're keeping. I'll start with a mountain. If we get another mountain, we might want to bedeck something. Or resolve.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Where are we at? I'm going to no block. I'm only going to be sad if we no block and they play something with 4 toughness and 2 power. Because I would really like to loot with the Vandal. Rummage. And that's why we need land, man. I'm considering right now whether we volley the messenger and then attack, or attack with the Vandal, see if they want to block with the messenger, and then volley and give the Vandal another attack. I think I like that. And we don't have any other 4s, so I kind of want to keep the beast just to have something on 4. Maybe we get rid of the Rendhorn and keep stuff on 5. Although if we do that, maybe we should just ditch the Recluse. It's a 6/5 that has to attack versus a 5/5 that doesn't have to. I think that's a little better. So I'm actually going to ditch this Recluse since we're doing okay there. Let's see. And no blocks. Interesting. Okay. I'll just take the beast right now, then. Could have volleyed or whatever, but beast seems fine. I would have done it to save the Vandal, but as you can see, I definitely liked saving it in the context of how that turn played out. Well, it's a little bit annoying. But we can make a 5/5 of our own, see what they want to do about that. If we can wait until the Guardian is a 7/7, we can start brawling and whatnot. There we go. It's a little more value for the volley, and we do have Bedeck plus volley next turn if we want that. If we draw land, we have Brawl, volley, Bedeck. So yeah, we got a lot of options here. I think I like volley here. And then what does that leave us? Hey, Law Monarch. There's the sub. You can now explode this kitty, hopefully, at the end of this game. No guarantees, but that's the goal. Let's volley now while they're relatively low. Almost want to just offer the Rendhorn for the Scavenger because the rest of the upcoming hand is so powerful. Yeah, we could bedeck the Axe Beast, but then we're 2-for-1ing ourselves just to get rid of the Scavenger. I would rather make this offer. Actually, I'm going to make the offer. They might not take it because they think they're ahead in the race. Or, I mean, they are ahead in the race, and they don't think they are. They're ahead in the race right now. But this represents a double block that is a single... a 1-for-1. So I like attacking while threatening the double block and having both Brawl and Bedeck available to us. I don't have tricks that allow us to keep the Rendhorn alive and trade for the Scavenger, but we do got tricks, that's for sure. I'm going to do the double block knowing that we have tricks to help us if Oppo gets too cute with something. This could still end up being a, oops, we have to 2-for-1 ourselves to preserve the best board state, but that's kind of our worst case scenario, is that we have to do some stuff here that leads to a 2-for-1 we don't love to preserve the board we want to preserve. Yeah, like this. So what do we do about it? Probably let that be a 1-for-1 and then we 2-for-1 on the Bedeck. Or, yeah, we'll just have to do that. I could Brawl now. Yeah, I guess I could Brawl the Vandal and the Scavenger and save Bedeck if we like that better. But Brawl's pretty good with the Guardian. I don't want to Brawl this, because then this goes away. Like, we want the Scavenger to be dead. So if we're going to 2-for-1 ourselves, I like doing it like this. Do both because of the counter. Maybe I suboptimaled that, but I'm okay with that result. Yeah, they're already chumping, so I think this one is ours if they're at the point of already chumping the Rendhorn. Let's see it, Law Monarch. Yeah. Cool. Now we're guaranteed plus 500. That's it. That's great. No more whining. Unless it appears to, again, help me achieve my event goals. I think we have to keep this, but I don't love it. We're on the draw. I like keeping it on the draw. Probably send this back on the play. I think it needs too much to get there. Well, I think we can keep this. And we found some red and some land. Nice draw. The bells! The bells! I feel like I'm trapped in a Twilight Zone episode of bell tower torture of some kind. Well, nothing by 3 is a little bit of a bummer, but Oppo looks like they're on the gate deck. They didn't do anything by 3 either, but the gate deck is super happy to see me just lollygagging over here. Say that for sure. Well, hopefully we can get big enough to cause some problems. But right now, they've got a gates ablaze for 4. And us with no flying defense whatsoever. I don't want to expose Guardian yet when... If the trample really mattered, it might be worth it, but I don't think Oppo is chumping or anything yet, so the trample's not even that relevant yet. Just do this. Expecting some removal here. And there it is. Orzhov gate deck. Still just want more Ren horns here, I think. But I'll threaten the old trample. I mean, the old activation here. If they want to trade Thrall for Arinx, we'll do that. Hey, Ollie Fox LP. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? CG, right now I've been playing quick draft. Well, yesterday we played a quick draft for gold and then a traditional. So either traditional or quick. But we do want to turn our gold into gems now that we can. Yeah, so they're deciding to do that. And we're cool with that. You trade your Thrall for it. Couple of trample damage at least. Doing all right. Second snow day in a row for my kids here in Seattle. Put them to work today though. They're on room cleanup duty given that they don't have to show up at school today. I think here we'll just run out another 5/5. This will also likely trade for whatever next creature Oppo plays here. But we'll try to run him out of that. Run him out of creatures. Yikes. I guess they're not going to run out of creatures. It's going to be a tough road to victory from here against these two. They don't have the activation mana, though, right now, so at least we get a free attack in. And... trying to figure out if there's a way to use Stony Strength plus Beastmaster effectively here. Could just Beastmaster it to make them Now, I'm just going to do this. Again, I think they're just taking the 5, so we can just attack. There's no way they're blocking with either one of those. But Trollbred giving trample to 1/1 counter creatures with the Stony Strength and these 3 really could help us get there for that last 9 points. We'll see how we do. If everything survives here, if they have removal for what we have going on, we're pretty dead. But if they're looking to use Pontiff and Knight, the trample from the Trollbred might overcome that and let us sneak this one out. I guess they agree. Sure. Cool. And because I have to adjust my record to 5 wins, you all get a Rat Burglar. That's the reward of 5 wins. Oh no, I didn't do it that time. Maybe I have to be... Huh. Maybe it's not auto doing it anymore. Oh well, here, I'll give you... I promised one, so here you go.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rat burglar.
So... Oh well, Rumbutt, the bot will be all over you for that. Yeah, we're racking them up since the 1-2. Let's see. It might be time for me to go and lunch it up before we finish this one off. I'm getting a little hungry. Could use a bio break too. So let's do that. I'm going to go to the be right back screen in just a second. I'm going to find a song for you. Here is the song. Well, it'll actually show you because I have that fixed now. But this is Words by Doves, and I'll be back in just a moment. Hey, we're back. How high can we fly after the 1 and 2 start? Sure. Currently, turn 4 Recluse is our plan. See if that changes. Turn 5 Smash is our also new plan. Although we need a land, or the turn 4 Recluse isn't even possible. Well, they can quench it, but they cannot essence capture it. If they quench it, we have Beast. There was a pause there. Not sure what they're on with the blue. Sneak this right in there. That's a bummer, but we do have a 2-spell turn at least. Smash here, and this can still survive. We smash here, then we're offering a trade, a 2 for 2, if we send in the Gravel Hide. We could brawl and smash. That seems all right. What if we brawled and smashed? If we smash, yeah, we smash here, we get a 4/3 with 1 damage on it, so the flyer that sticks around can't kill it, and it can't do that. Yeah, I like that. Doing it. Mainly because they can't finish anything off here. Can't really attack with the Fiend, because that just gets eaten by the Messenger, but everything else is a good attack here. Fairy could be problematic here. Classic turn for a fairy to muck things up. Yep. Well. Guess I saw the fairy possibility on turn 2. Maybe we should have thought that through here. But I'm not sure. Let's see. I guess they get to eat the gravel hide is the bottom line. I guess they get to eat either one. They get to choose, so that's a good play. Well, I guess we at least get a 1/1 out of it, so it's not even a full-on fail. And we'll leave the hide unactivated and get the runner down. Gonna keep attacking. Really? So that's fine. It's a good trade for us. Lets us have Locket mana available. We do have other 2-drops, so I'm going to do it now in case we get one of those dumb Makas. Maybe should have done that mid-combat and saved our dude. I guess we could have, maybe. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, given those 2 draws, I feel like we should have done that during combat. Oh well. That's going to meet with a collision, I think. But, let's see. If we attack with the Footlight Fiend first, we can actually do some fun things if they decide to get frisky there. So let's send in the attack, knowing we have Collision Colossus and Stony Strength all ready to do something here. And Stony Strength doesn't do it unless we also collision here, but maybe that's worth it. I'm actually fine to let this trade happen. Let's see, this guy loots. Yeah, I'm just going to let this trade happen. We could save it with collisioning the flyer and using the Stony Strength, but I don't want to do both of those, so I'm just going to let those trade. We get this dude down. And let's see, they can't... Basically, by not firing out of the sky now, we encourage Oppo to attack in ways they maybe wouldn't otherwise, but that doesn't really matter, so I'm going to be safe and do it, get this thing out of the sky while we can. Let's find our way. Troll bread, troll bread, troll bread. Pretty close. If Oppo tries to use the flyer to trade with the Wayfinder, I will use the Stony Strength to make a 3-2. But looks like they're on the race plan. I see. A little telegraphed, but I'm going to do it anyway. Good, they're looting. Pitching land, and... Alright. I like how we stack up here. Not the best draw. They get to trade Wayfinder for Pegasus if they want, but they had to take 5 to do so. We already cracked our locket, right? Yeah. But I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to keep the mana flowing. I don't think we have any other card draw. I guess I can look. Yeah, we don't really have card draw, so I can hold lands if it feels right. Yikes.
All right, everyone, chill.
Sure, we can do that. That's the kind of message sending I can get behind. The free message sending. Well, deck, not what we want to see. They're going in the wrong direction. What do we want? We want Troll Bread. Actually, what I want is Sagittar's Volley. Kill this, kill that. I'll take that happily. Now they got to decide if they're really racing. Oppo says, yeah, we're racing. We got this. They must have a spell here if they're feeling good about the race. Extra cards. And they get to loot or gain, depending. No, I guess it costs them all their mana to do that, so they don't get to loot or gain unless they play a land here. And they do. A little gain for them. Sure, just throw all the lands at us. That's how that works. Got some outs, though. Don't like our currently advantage opponent, but boy, we have some top decks to help. Oppo finds spells. Volley, 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 volley. Show me the volley. Sure. Why not? Everything's coming up, Oppo. Yeah, they have a looter. I can still complain, because I have a microphone. Can't quite survive that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, shoot. You can if you want, but again, I don't understand why a bunch of people are changing their decks for an algorithm they haven't seen. Well, we couldn't quite climb to the highest heights, but that was a nice comeback for this deck. Take the 5 wins.